back to the Dr. Pepper pregame show, and it's the Sunday with Skip. Joe Mikulik sitting down with us this afternoon, and it's been a back and forth season as a whole with the San Antonio Ball Club. Frisco dropping the last two games, and a new starter on the mound for the Rough Riders today. What is your expectation into the 6:05 start?
Well, Chris Jensen starts tonight, and he's got a really fine history with being on winning teams, being on 4 championship teams. One with myself in 2012. We got a nice relationship. We won the South Atlantic League, and then he was able to be with that Midland club that won 3 straight, and it was pretty impressive. But with Chris, I mean, the ability to throw strikes, keep the ball down, pitch back and forth, and just keep them off balance. I mean, if you see him have a tendency to do that, he's going to be effective. It's good to see him back, and hopefully, everything works out well at 6:05. Other than that, playing the San Antonio club has been it's been a challenge, and they've got a good ball club. But we've accepted it, and we played pretty well against them. It's been back and forth, competitive games, and talking to their manager Philip Wellman, it's been fun. And I know we've got another series coming back at the end of August, and that'll be the last time, I guess, in the near future that we'll play San Antonio. So other than that, I think. Yeah, it'll be good again to go again today, and then we'll come back in August to see how we fare against them.
Dealing with the Missions Ball Club, they've had their fair share of big losses. Tatis Jr. done for the year. Buddy Reed getting a little banged up in last night's game. Frisco dealing with some injuries of their own. You're heading into that stretch of the season where it just starts to wear people out. How have you been able to rotate guys in and out? I mean, you went from managing a roster that had several positions stacked up to now having to be strategic in who goes where and when.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's been kind of like this throughout the whole season. Looking at my board when I get home, board in the office of all, and I label it IR, injured reserve, and it's unfortunate that we've got a ton of them this year, and it happens. You got to deal with it. It opens up opportunities for other guys, and then obviously managing the time of play. I mean, we're on a 26 straight stretch right now, which is tough. And then when you get the Garay injury with the finger, and Ardundo gets a line or ground ball off his finger, and freak things like that happens, and it's just something out of your control. You got to just be ready, and the organization, they've done an outstanding job. Anytime we've asked, I mean, they've been able to get players here and try to do the best they can because other clubs are banged up too. Our big league club was banged up. I know AAA, the Round Rock, was banged up. Then down east, they had some people injured. So, and it's not just arm injuries; it's just freak things that happen. And just when you're in that situation, you just hope that the guys that are available are ready to go, and you can manage. If you have a couple guys, you can manage. Like last night, I gave Preston Beck a day off. Today, I'm giving Alvarez, give him a little blow. Just watching them, they've been playing 15, 16 days in a row in this heat, and we've been trying to take it easy during pregame, try to get ready, but mentally ready more than anything, and protect the bodies and keep them fresh for 7 o'clock.
You've been staying mentally ready. You're already looking ahead at this last month stretch of the season in that pursuit for the second half clinching spot to go to the playoffs for the first time in a couple of years for Frisco. What's been your game plan? What are you seeing as you hit that stretch?
Well, I think everything stems off the starting pitching. I mean, if we can get guys to protect our bullpen, go deeper in ball games, if we can get to the 6th inning with our starter and somewhat of a close ball game, and then our relievers have to step up and pitch, accordingly. I mean, pitch the way what the game asks them to do. Control the damage, keep us close, and give us a chance to win at the end. Facing this bullpen here with San Antonio, they've got some good arms there, and it was pretty tough the last couple of days to get back in the game. But for us, obviously the starter is going to dictate the momentum of our games, and then the momentum when we get the momentum of our dugout and we get guys in scoring position. When we were hitting and scoring runs, we were getting those guys in. If we're able to maintain that and get some more guys in, I mean, it's going to help us out.
One of those starters for you, Ariel Morado. Scratch from today's spot here in San Antonio, and I don't think anyone was sad about it, made his start for the second time against the Houston Astros and picked up his first major league win. For you guys, what were you seeing when you saw that start and saw how well it went?
Yeah, I was able to see just the first inning of his start. But going back to the start when he had against the White Sox, it was not a bad start. I think one inning where he gave up a few runs early, and then he ended up pitching 5 innings, if I'm not mistaken, in that game. It was pretty good, pretty effective, and it was just one or two pitches that led to 4 runs, I think. It's first time. Coming back last night, you know, obviously pitching against the Astros, the world champions, I mean, that was a big challenge for him, and he accepted it. And, you know, obviously with the numbers that he produced and the innings that he pitched, I mean, it was really cool. We're in here, you know, you could hear guys yelling. It was pretty cool. It's you know, that's something that's the rewarding factor for, I know, the coaching staff, Greg Hibbert, and the pitching department with the Texas Rangers, and the other guys that have been around REO for, you know, I've been around it for 3 years. It is a rewarding factor for us, and then the teammates, and it gives these guys an opportunity to say, hey, listen, we may not be as far as we think we are. You know, we're closer than we think if we can go out and execute some pitches and have some success. So it was fun. It's always fun when we see that. And, you know, going back to, I think I heard a stat today that 7 of the 9 players on the field were 25 and under, and I think most of them came through Frisco. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to watch, and you know, to have that, not only the credibility for this club, but for those guys to get that opportunity and to do well with it. Because I mean, the sweep of the Astros was pretty cool. Something, you know, a shot in the arm for the organization, and I think that's just, you know, something to look for into the future.
Looking forward to the future. You are dealing with the guys you're trying to push there next again, and we will see exactly which of those future Rangers are going to take the field this evening as we get set. Game 4, final of this 4-game series down here at Nelson Wolff Stadium. We'll come back, we'll take you through the lineups as well as a pitching preview in tonight's Dr. Pepper pregame show.